Welcome back, guys, and here we are at the beginning of Chapter 9 on our Final Fantasy VII Remake hard mode guide slash walkthrough slash thing. Um, at the end of the last episode, I said we're at the end of Chapter 8. Technically, that was a lie. There was like a little bit of time left before the end of that chapter, but it was all just cutscenes with Aerith's mom kicking you out of the house, and you leave, and you have to do that stupid thing where if you knock anything over, she comes out of the room and pushes you back into the bedroom, and all that fun stuff. And after you leave there, walk down the street, she pops back out, and you guys are in front of this tunnel here. So this is where Chapter 9 begins, and this is where we're going to begin. There is some fighting here. Oh, yeah, let's go over Materia, too. There is a little bit of fighting in this area, a couple mobs that you have to get through, and that's what we're going to talk about. Other than that, there's just the big hand crane puzzles. And those are pretty simple, so you're not going to need my help with them, obviously, so we're just going to go ahead and skip those. But as far as Materia setup and gear, I always say Materia, but it's gear too. For Cloud, we have Hard Edge, Chain Bangle, Champion Belt, and then Materia-wise, he's got Ice Junction to Elemental, ATB Stagger, Chakra, First Strike, Skill Master, HP Up, and HP Up. He's got, as you can see, he's got them sexy, that sexy 9999 going on for his health there. For Aerith, we've got Arcane Scepter, Force Bracelet, and Circlet. She has Ice Junction to Magnify, ATB Assists, Time Materia, Prayer Materia, MP Up Materia, First Strike, Skill Master, MP Absorb, and Ice, linked to each other. This is a long chapter, especially if you do all of the side quests, and you're going to need that precious MP, because there's some fights where it's going to come in handy. But hopefully, between the regen and the crates, there is a good amount of crates in this chapter, especially at the beginning. Not so much once you get to Wall Market, but through this area of tunnels there is a little bit. So yeah, and that is that. So let's go ahead and get started. Gonna run down here. Like I said, I'm just gonna I'll fast forward through anything that's just super long stretches of walking. And I'll just show you guys how to deal with the mobs here. They're mostly pretty easy. There is these things, Tepsicults or whatever I think they're called. They can be a little annoying, and then of course there's the prototype sweeper that can also be annoying, but nothing too serious. We should be able to get through it without too much of a problem. Go ahead, as you might have noticed, I'm ignoring crates when I'm at full MP. I'm just tired of hitting crates when I don't need MP and getting it, and then when I need it, I hit them and they don't give me any. It's sad. Sad. Okay, so the first, this is just one of them, but we're coming up to, these are the Tepsicult things I'm talking about. They do this attack when you hit them where they start spinning, and they just dart around back and forth, slamming into you while they spin, and it does a lot of damage. It really hurts. So, the best thing I've seen to take care of that is Lustrous Shield help works really well, and honestly just jumping on top of them and blowing them up and beating the shit out of them before they get a chance to start spinning. And if they do happen to start spinning, you can use magic attacks to knock them out of it, and they become pressured when they get knocked out of that state, I believe. So anyway, here's one up here. Go ahead, pop into Punisher as always, and triple slash. Okay, and we've got Aerith. Let's see if we can. Yeah, see, there's that little spinning thing he does, and this will do a lot of damage. There we are. Good old Sorceress Storm. So yeah, just try and dogpile those with all of the damage you can, because if they're allowed to sit there and keep spinning, it can really fucking hurt. And these drakes here, go ahead and go into your materia and swap all of our ices for wind, because typically drakes and most flying things are weak against wind. I can't remember. I think the Rust Drake might be an exception, but I can't remember. So yeah, just swap over all your ices for wind. And we actually don't want a triple slash to start this for once. Just stay in operative, because aerial attacks, you don't really launch aerial attacks that well out of Punisher. You kind of need to wait. Ow. Yeah, they throw tornadoes at you. That can be annoying, but go ahead, throw one back at him. Sometimes, there we are. Now that he's pressured. Yeah, that's what I should have said. Wait till he's pressured to throw arrows. Arrow, ice, all that. Wait till... And switch to Punisher now that he's landed a little bit. Boom. There we go. Nice and easy. Cloud's going to be taking a good bit of damage, but that's okay. He's built to get beat up. Now let's see if we can get some MP. Nope, but that's okay. I ain't worried about that chest. And here is... Okay, this is the hand puzzle, so I'm going to fast forward through this, and then there's the prototype sweeper on the other side we have to worry about. So I will go ahead and come back once we're at that. Alright guys, here we are on the other side of that hand crane puzzle. Let's go over here, break some shards. Hey, I got some MP, nice. Okay, so as far as Materia setup, because I did switch some things up for the prototype sweeper we got coming up here. It isn't too bad, it's just one of them, and then later at the end of the level you fight another one with a couple of bandits alongside of it, but it's not too bad. So under Materia, for Cloud, for both of them, go ahead and swap out whatever you had all your elementals with lightning. I think it was ice or wind, not quite sure off the top of my head, but whatever you had there, swap it out for lightning. And then for Aerith, I got rid of her MP up and the MP up and I'm brain farting. There's MP up and another one that I took out for fire and elemental. I'm really sorry, I don't know which one off the top of my head it was on there. I'll have to review the footage maybe. But you know, so yeah, you got it. The reason I do this is because the prototype sweeper has a very annoying flamethrower attack that can do a lot of damage, and Aerith doesn't have too much health, so we'd prefer her to not get roasted alive. So let's go ahead. So immediately get right up in his grill with Cloud, because the whole point is you want to draw his attention. And hopefully now Blade Burst, and hopefully... Okay, go ahead and switch to Aerith. Yes, he has Cloud has his attention now. So go ahead and do Lustrous Shield. This should... okay, God. I hate it when it casts crooked like that, but... this should keep her relatively safe from his shooting. Just be careful you're facing the right direction when you cast it, because it's based off of where she's facing, and that can get a little janky sometimes. Like if he shoots you and you get turned sideways from the shot, she'll cast it like next, like to her left instead of in front of her. It's kind of annoying, but it's a good power overall. So Arcane Ward, and then drop in and drop a Thundaga on him. Okay, and let's have Cloud Blade Burst. And go ahead and have Aerith Thundaga again. Perfect. And I know it seems like that chews through a lot of MP, but do not worry, we will make sure that we have enough. This is one of those chapters where you do want to conserve MP because it's relatively long and you have some fights that are kind of tricky, but you need to use MP to kill certain enemies fast, so it's a balancing act. But go ahead and go back into Aerith and drop these for... oh, was Prayer the other one? I don't know. I'm bad at this. I probably shouldn't be telling you guys that, but yeah. MP up, and whatever the other one I had on her was, I'll never remember. It's lost to time and space forever. Yeah, I really don't remember. I'm gonna have to go back through my footage. It's gonna look funny on the video because it's gonna be so obvious since it'll only be a couple seconds later. But yeah, oh, it was time. That's right, yeah. Time. Yeah, time and MP up. Those are the ones I replaced. So go ahead and put those back. And now we're gonna head off this way. As always, there will be timestamps in the description if there's a certain thing you are here to figure out. It's not going to have like a staggered effect because I'm releasing the entire series at once when I'm finally finished it all. But I am going to start doing like an errors and omissions section. So pretty much go down to the comments. I might make an introduction video to explain this, but pretty much go down to the comments and you will see if there was any like errors or things I screwed up. I'm going to pin a comment to the top of the comment section to clarify all that so you guys will know. Alright, so we've got double Tepsicolts coming up, and go ahead and swap everyone's lightnings out for ice. I know the endless materia swapping can seem a little annoying sometimes, but it's worth it because you won't be getting stuck on mobs, and that's what it's all about, getting done quick and easy. So go ahead, pop into Punisher, triple slash, and then with Aerith go ahead and Sorceress Storm. There they go. Cool. Again, you really want to get the jump on those guys. You do not want to let them start spinning around. Trust me, there was a couple times doing this level on my initial run through of hard where they just kicked the shit out of me because I fucked around with them for too long and they started spinning all kinds of ways and I died. Okay, so don't bother going down there because it's useless. Just come up here. And we're at another hand puzzle, I believe. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one, and then I will see you guys on the other side. Alright guys, here we are back. I'm past that hand crane puzzle, the second one, over here where the potion machine and the bench is, and there's those two drakes over there. I am going to go ahead and rest because that can't hurt. Cloud's down a little bit of health, so might as well take care of that without having to waste the MP on it. Okay, and before we do this fight, we're going to go to Aerith. And what I want to do, this might work, this might not. Let's go ahead and drop these two and convert everything to wind for her, but we're also going to give her wind absorb, because these things toss tornadoes at you, and that can be kind of annoying. And I might drag this fight out slightly, not too much, but I want to use energy drain on one of them to try and get a little bit of MP back. So let's see, for Aerith, soul drain, that's what it's called. Got 6 back there. Yeah, just hold off. There we go. Wait till they're pressured to do any of Cloud's stuff, because you can miss if you try while they're in the air. Triple slash. Oh, I never switched Cloud's out. Oh well. If you want to be a little more efficient about this, go ahead and switch Cloud's weapon out for wind. Probably would help. Oh well. Let's be honest, you probably aren't watching this guide for how to beat lesser drakes. And just keep it. And that's okay. Whatever damage they do is easily negated by just sitting back on the bench afterward. Cool, so Aerith got a little bit of MP back. That was worth it. Let's go ahead and heal what was done to Cloud. And we're Gucci. Yeah, you just wanna try and get that soul drain in there. Because, like I said, you really want to have try and keep as much MP as possible for later in this level. Because we are going to run up against our first challenging boss. Like, really, truly, oh shit, this guy is a problem. This thing is a problem, I should say. This house is a problem, is what I really should say. Because Hell House is a problem. So, go ahead and... I can't jump down. Oh, yeah, you gotta run back this way. Duh. The ladder down, right? Yeah. So I gotta take this ladder down. I might end up skipping ahead here. Yeah, I'm going to actually skip ahead through all this. So I will see you guys at what will probably be the next fight. Alright guys, so I actually forgot about this part, or that it came up this soon. So once you get to this door right here, you want to go back into your menu and swap everything that you had as wind. Well, all your elemental materia, really. Element-based materia for fire. And go ahead with Cloud, do the same thing. This next group of schlubs through the door is just that the one group of bandits who you just kick the shit out of. But there is another mob that's 2 bandits and a sweeper, and they can be a little spicier than your average mob. Provided you're unprepared, just go ahead and switch into Punisher and triple slash these guys. And then have Aerith Sorcerer's Storm. Oh, Cloud must have got hit by that one thing. They do have a stun attack that can be... Stuns in this game can just suck because they do last for a while. And then these guys are playing dead. I'm dead. I'm super dead. And this guy is giving himself fellatio, or attempting to. Which I do not approve of, YouTube, so don't make this video adults only. Okay, so after you get up the ladder here, you want to go into your inventory and swap over. Keep Cloud with fire adjacent to elemental, and then convert Aerith over to lightning. Again, the basic idea with this mob is you just want to have Cloud jump on the bandits and kill them as soon as possible. And then for the sweeper, deal with it how we dealt with the last one. Where is Aerith? I guess she's hiding right now. But deal with the sweeper how we dealt with the last one. Drop a lustrous shield and just then an arcane ward followed by some thundagas, and it should be gone very quickly. So again though, you want to get the bandits killed, because if they stick around for a while and start stunning you and all kinds of stuff, it can get annoying. So go ahead, pop into Punisher, have Cloud triple slash Bandit A, and again, just he might tag you a couple times, but it's not the end of the world. Now try and get the sweeper's attention with Cloud. Switch to Aerith. Go ahead and drop Lustrous Shield. She's a little closer than I'd like, but Aerith loves to get really fucking close for some reason. She is not content to sit back and cast like most ranged people would be. She'd be a terrible Call of Duty sniper. Oh, let me say that. So go ahead and Thundaga. Oh, and by the way, when you're hitting a single target, make sure you don't have Magnify highlighted, because I think it does weaken it. I have to actually like test it to be sure, but just make sure if you're only going to hit one target not to do that in case it does. And bang, bang, and go ahead and do that again. Oh, whoops. Oof. You almost did the fire burst thing. Oh yeah, I forgot to. Yeah, you might want to do elemental junction to fire into her armor, just in case it does that fire burst thing, because again, that can do a whole lot of damage to Aerith. So we're gonna go ahead and do this arm crane puzzle, and then I think that's pretty much it. I think there's one more mob after this, and then we'll be at the playground. Alright, so here we are on the other side of that crane puzzle, and we're running up. I do think, yeah, through this door a bunch of bandits are going to come out, but they're easily destroyed. Go ahead, switch to Punisher, and triple slash the center one. Perfect. Not too bad at all, as you can see. Bandits are pretty easy to dispose of. Alright guys, here we are at the front of the arena. We've skipped quite a bit ahead, as I'm sure you can tell. Didn't realize how how long the stretches of no combat were earlier when I said this was going to be a long chapter. But we got it, it's still going to be pretty long. It's probably going to take up most of the video. We shall see. But anyway, we are at the first arena fight for Madam M, where we take on the dogs and the Houndmaster. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I got set up here. For Cloud, we have Hard Edge, Chain Bangle, and Champion Belt. His materia is Fire adjacent to Element, ATB Stagger, Chakra, First Strike, Skill Master, HP Up, and HP Up. For Aerith, we have Arcane Scepter, Force Bracelet, Circlet, and Materia is Fire adjacent to Magnify, ATB Assist, First Strike, Prayer, Skill Master, MP Up, Time, and then MP Absorb adjacent to Fire. And let me just, I hate the purples not being with the purples if I can help it. Do this too. Alright. And I think we'll keep Time in there, sure. Actually, no. You know what? We won't really need that. Sorry. There we are. Okay. So these first couple rounds are really easy. I mean, Cloud can practically solo them himself. Really, the challenge isn't till you get to the sweeper and the cutter, and that still isn't too bad. It's just one of those things where you're either going to win in 30 seconds or die in 30 seconds. Alright, so here we are. As soon as the fight starts, go ahead and triple slash the Beastmaster. Probably get rid of him. And then now that everyone is nice and staggered, go ahead and have Aerith hit them with a little bit of fire, which will stagger all three. There's 1, 2, 3, finished. Beautiful. Alright, so here we go, heading back to the door. And then our next fight is the bandit mob. It's just a big ass mob of bandits. It's the 3 pathetic ones that you fight earlier in the chapter, coupled with a whole bunch of friends. Alright, and here we are about to fight the bandit mob. Okay, so as soon as the fight starts, go into Cloud's menu and triple slash one of the clowns right in the middle of the group, and then go ahead and have Aerith fireball someone in the middle by Cloud. I guess Bert works just as good as anybody. Switch to Punisher and then have Cloud triple slash again. And unfortunately he ran into a landmine there. Happens to the best of us, Cloud. Got Aerith, get out of there. Aerith thinks she is fucking Kratos from God of War. Just FYI. Like, there is, she will run into the middle of any situation. You'll see when we're fighting the cutter later. She just is no fear. Just come at me, cutter. You ain't shit. Go ahead and fire you. And I do want to save some MP here for Hell House, which is the real challenge of this part of the story. But let me try and see if I can. There goes you. Oh, cool. Aerith's back to 140. That was successful. And triple slash. The Corneo lackeys are a little stronger than normal schlubs, but they're still not too anything too scary. Alright, and here we are right before the fight against the sweeper and the cutter. This isn't too bad, but they are the cutter is basically charging right for you as soon as the fight begins. So yeah, just watch out for that. As far as materia goes, we are basically the same thing. Same gear, we just swapped out all of the fires for lightning, because that is what the enemies we will be fighting are weak against. And I actually very tempted to swap out one of these for steadfast block. Nah, don't worry about it. They shouldn't be around that long. But yeah, Aerith's the same deal. Same materia, we just swap the fires for lightning. And actually with her, let me make one other adjustment. Okay, so sorry about that. I had a moment of indecision there, but I'm just going to skip through it in the editing process. But so I actually put ATB boost in there for MP up. We're not awful on MP, and with an MP up, we'll probably have plenty for the Hell House fight. So let's go ahead and get in here. As soon as the fight begins, pop into your command menu and get your bearings on everything. Go ahead and, I guess we'll triple slash at the cutter. He's coming right for Aerith. You see what I'm saying? She does not even attempt to run. She will just stand there and take it. Man, they are coming at her. This is what you don't want. There we go. Okay, yeah, come at me. Cool. Now that we're in a group like this, we can do what Aerith was supposed to do when the fight started, but she's really close. There we go. Now, one of them is pressured, and you want to get rid of the cutter first, because he's more annoying in my opinion. But go ahead and have her Thundara again. Yes. Alright, and I was saving for Infinity's End. There we are. Nice. And now, with the cutter gone, things are much less daunting. Go ahead and focus strike once you got him pressured. Keep laying on the Punisher combos. Focus strike again. Nice. And then a nice blade burst to finish him off. Alright guys, here we are. It is time for the man, the myth, the legend, the house. Hell House, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure it's why a lot of people are clicking on this video. Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Like all 30 people that end up watching this, probably like 10 of you clicked on because of Hell House. And we're going to go ahead and show you a very quick and easy way to deal with it. This is kind of an annoying boss, probably one of the hardest bosses in the game, but as long as you are prepared and ready for what it's going to throw at you, you should be fine. So as far as gear setup, Cloud here has Twin Stinger, Chain Bangle, and Healing Carcanet. His materia is Healing junctioned to Magnify, First Strike, MP up, HP up, Steadfast Block, Barrier, Time, and Revival. So his whole job is to hand out buffs, heal, and get punched in the face by Hell House. He's going to do some punching too. He's not just going to sit back and take it. This is Cloud we're talking about. But he is going to get hit a lot. And that's why we have the HP boost with the Steadfast Block materia. That is a nice combination because you have a crap ton of health and you can block, and I mean you'll see it does. Even the like charging punching attack Hell House does really doesn't do that much damage to him when he is blocking, as long as you're blocking. If you don't block, then and nothing we can do about that. So anyway, we're going to check on Aerith now. She has Arcane Scepter, Force Bracelet, Circlet, and her materia is Fire, Lightning, Magic up, HP up, First Strike, Time, Poison, Ice, and Wind. So she's got all of the elemental ones, so she can counter whenever Hell House infuses itself with a certain element, we'll have the counter to that. Poison is the low-key MVP of this fight. I mean, Bioaga, I wait until the second phase to cast it because with the whole thing with you can't you can't double cast a debuff and the timer resets. You have to actually let it run out. So I usually wait till the second phase so I know it's going to stick around for the entire fight. And time, because who doesn't like haste? And of course, first strike, the good old first strike haste combination. So again, fire, lightning, ice, wind, poison, magic up, time, and HP up, and first strike. So, and the other thing here that isn't really, I usually don't mention this, but you should definitely do it for this fight, is as far as limit breaks, you definitely want Planet's Protection equipped. If you haven't gotten Planet's Protection, then you should just start the chapter over on easy and go get it, because if something happens, I mean, this is just a really handy limit break to have anyway. You should definitely have this. But for the end of the fight, when it summons the Cutter and the Sweeper, if we can't kill it fast enough that they don't show up, it is really handy to have Planet Protection. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into this. Oh, and before I get started too, another thing a lot of you probably noticed I'm not using is there is no warding and subversion on anyone. That's right, I am staring those Tomberries dead in their face and telling them to fuck off. They have almost no HP. They die pretty quick, and actually there's a trick. As long as you funnel them out of the house a certain way and get them to all land in a little pile, you can actually cast a Blizzara in the center of them, and when it blows up, it'll kill all three of them, and it does work very effectively. Hopefully you will see me do it correctly. But yeah, shout outs to my friend Chris for showing me that too, because I didn't come up with that particular strategy on my own. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, as soon as the fight starts, go into the command menu so we can stop and breathe for a second. Let's go ahead and get Cloud here to cast haste on himself. Then let's go ahead and go over to Aerith and get her to do the same. Then you are immediately going to switch to Aerith back as far away as possible from this monstrosity and build up a bar. Here come the Tomberries. Now watch what I do. The first one is going to land, and then a second one is going to come out behind it. Right after that first one lands, here comes the second one, and then you're going to want to cast Blizzara on the first one, and bang. There goes all three of them. Isn't that a beautiful sight? Go ahead, switch to Cloud, throw a little Punisher action in there, and then go down and get regen going on both you and Aerith. Now switch back to Aerith, let Cloud deal with that. Find a nice area somewhere in the middle of the arena to start your fire base. Go ahead and get an Arcane Ward here. Now switch to Cloud when it starts shooting stuff at you. We do not want Aerith getting hit. Throw a little Punisher action so Hellhouse doesn't forget who he is messing with. Let's go ahead and find another spot for a ward. And this should be good. Go back to Cloud now. Sorry, I forgot I was an operative there. I thought I was an operative there. That is another downside to Punisher. You can't actually block. Oh yeah, I'm dumb. You can only have one Arcane Ward. That's okay. So we'll go ahead. Go back to Cloud. Okay, so she can run now. It's about to shift. Cool. It shifted to lightning, which means we want to hit it with some wind action. Go ahead, get Cloud over there to keep it in place. Nice. And back to Aerith. Another wind spell. There we go. Perfect. And I'm not going to bother I don't want to waste both my ATB bars because all I'm going to do is knock it into its next phase. So let's go ahead and just get a nice Blade Burst in there. Love me some Blade Burst. Such a good move. And now that this phase has started, we are going to want to get poison on to Hell House as soon as possible. But Cloud's, it looks like he has a bit of a health problem, but he still has almost as much health as Aerith does for her entire bar. So it's not as bad as you might think. And he's just going to block this like a Chad. Watch this. Boom. That is a grown-ass man right there, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go ahead and just hit it with a little Punisher. Little Punisher action. Okay. Switch back to Aerith, who is surprisingly on the ward. That usually doesn't happen. Okay, so Cloud's going to get pulled in, which is fine. Go ahead and let it do that. And then any spell you throw at it here will get it to spit Cloud out and make it cry in depression or something. I'm not sure what it does. It just kind of lowers its head like, aw. Alright, so let's go ahead and I guess let's do a demagnified cure on Cloud to give him back some of that bar. I said let's do a demagnified cure Cloud. And here comes the chair salvo, so just block that. Here comes the rocket charge. Ow. And we still have regen going, but we don't have haste. So Cloud is going to go ahead and haste himself, then get back into Punisher. Aerith, go away. This isn't... You're not a part of this discussion right now. Okay, and when he gets up there, when it gets up there, shoot until you see chair salvo, and then go back to Cloud, who will... Let's go ahead and just have him cure himself again. Hopefully I can get block back up. Okay. Whew. Nice. That worked out better than I imagined it would. And now we can go ahead and have Aerith do Bioaga. Nice. When the Bioaga explodes, it can sometimes pressure it, which is helpful. And get another focus thrust in there. And, oh yeah, I forgot. I'm so dumb. So when it's pressured like that, hit it with spells too. I screwed up and waited too long there, but you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Oh snap. Okay. It's okay. Let's go ahead. Okay, let's switch to Aerith now. Oh no, I might only get 2 of them. That's okay. I'm not panicking. So there goes those 2, and there is a 3rd Tomberry. So you want Cloud to get rid of him, make him unalive. Okay, good. Hell House himself will actually hurt the Tomberries too, like a true bro. So I appreciate that, Hell House. Go ahead and get a focus thrust. Alright, and it looks like regen is gone, so let's go ahead and replenish that. Switch to Aerith, get a little bit of... Ow. You flew too close to the sun, Doobie. Okay, now when it does something like that, go ahead, shoot it, and then get on Cloud to make sure it doesn't move. Alright, and let me switch to Aerith real quick. And unfortunately she does not like being near the ward, so there's only so much I can do, but Cloud can also... I'll waste it there. Please work. Yes, perfect. Yeah, just throw a quick thunder. What happened to my ward? Still gotta be around here somewhere. Oh, I guess it's gone. Okay, well that's something we'll have to fix. There we are, and it's in the last phase. Okay, so you can actually interrupt Heaven's Ward, whatever. I don't care what its name is because you can interrupt it. Just make sure Aerith has a full bar or two, and make sure once you see one appear on its countdown, you go ahead and haste Cloud. Keep paying attention to what it's doing, and once you see one appear on its countdown, switch to Aerith and keep an eye out for what its element is. 2, 1, and it's going to give you its... Now, go ahead and check. It is weak against fire. Yes. Go ahead to Aerith and fire it. Not like how President Trump would fire people, but like throw a fireball at it. Focus thrust. Focus thrust. And now is when you want to be dropping high level magic on it. See, look at that. And focus thrust. And we're not even going to have to worry about the sweeper and the cutter because we just fucking wrecked Hell House, guys. Doesn't that feel nice? Just watch him. Just watch it die. Ah, fuck you, Hell House. I love watching that thing burn. So this right here is the first part. This right here is the price of Thievery. The first part of it. We go over here and talk to the lady who's definitely not the Angel of the Slums, guys. Definitely not. She just pops up every single time the Angel of the Slums is mentioned and seems to have very intimate knowledge of the Angel of the Slums, except for no idea who she is. Or no, I should say she knows who she is, but it's definitely not her. Alright, so yeah, the price of Thievery. You go ahead and run down all the way around here. I'm going to cut out the running as per usual. But you go down around the tunnel and you fight some bandits. The same group of bandits who we fucked up now twice. So maybe this time they'll learn their lesson. So we come down here. The Angel of the Slums name has been besmirched. And we can't let that stand. So as far as gear, I'm rocking Mithril Saber, Chain Bangle, Platinum Earrings. My Materia is Fire junctioned to Elemental, Fire junctioned to Magnify, Skillmaster ATB, First Strike, Skillmaster ATB Stagger, Magic Up, and Magic Up. As you can see, we have a very humble magic attack score of 450. We bought, as I try to mention this, but I'm gonna bring it up more in the notes. I might just have a running thing of which upgrades to take. I'm not sure, but right now Cloud would have 4 manuscripts unlocked, which would be enough to get him 2 upgrades. So for Mithril Saber, obviously we've already bought the one that lets you cast at reduced cost. So I've also bought a magic attack power upgrade, and then as you could probably guess, we're going to get that second magic attack power upgrade once we are done this chapter, I believe. I don't know, we'll see. I'll do the math on it later. I don't want to sit here and keep popping into the upgrade menu and boring you guys to death. This is a pretty straightforward thing. bunch of bandits, and we're gonna blow them up with fire. There is one big, it's these dumbasses again, but there is one, they got a big hefty fucker with them, and he can be kind of annoying. He's all hopped up on PCP and like body slamming you around sometimes, so that might happen here. But usually these three will die pretty much as soon as the fight starts with the fire first strike nuke that goes off in their face. This guy has done so much PCP and math. He is just tweaked out of his fucking mind. And we can go with fire. And we'll do a fire. Just stay on this guy, because he will get pressured. As you can see, you can kind of stun lock him if you just keep doing Punisher heavy combos. So we go back to the not Angel of the Slums to clear her good name, her friend's good name, because it's totally not her. Alright guys, here we are at the arena to do the fight for Shears Counterattack against the jury-rigged cutter. This is the second quest in the one of the two alternative pairs of side quests in Chapter 9. The first quest in this line being the Price of Thievery. So Cloud is equipped with Hard Edge, Chain Bengal, and Supernatural Wrist Guards. His materia is set to with Lightning adjacent to Elemental, First Strike, Skill Master, ATB, Steadfast Block, Sorry, I can't talk right now, my mouth's dry. First Strike, Skill Master, ATB Stagger, Steadfast Block, Refocus, and HP up. So basically this thing is a cutter, and it's like I don't really know what the difference is even between a jury rigged and a normal cutter. I mean, they have a different aesthetic, but they seem to do about the same amount of attacks. They seem to do the exact same attacks, except I haven't seen the jury rigged one do the spray that silences you. So anyway, we're not relying on any magic to beat this thing. We are just going to take Hard Edge and beat the dog shit out of it. That is the plan. You have Steadfast Block you can rely on, and you can counter his buzzsaws with Punisher counterattacks. So we're going to take advantage of all that and just kick its ass. So go ahead, go right into Punisher. Oh, that's what it is. He berserks himself. Okay. Now here comes that counter stance. And he will pressure himself, focus thrust. Back to block. Pressured again, focus thrust. Now he is staggered. And Infinity's End. And that is how you get rid of the jury-rigged cutter. Alright guys, and here we are at the arena to do the Dynamite Body quest, which is the one where you have to fight 2 bombs. The first quest in the line before this is the one where you run around town with Johnny, giving out medicine to people and trying to find the old man's inspiration, all of that good stuff. So after all that happens, you get sent to the arena for a special match, and it's against 2 bombs. And the setup we have is going to completely trivialize these things. Like, I mean, you could hand the controller to your 3-year-old daughter and she would probably win still. So we've got Chakra, Refocus, Skill Master, ATB Stagger, First Strike, HP up. And then the creme de la creme, Elemental junctioned with Fire. Almost every single thing these guys do is Fire, and we have a max level Elemental, as you can see. And yeah, so they're going to heal us when they attack us. That is the level of challenge this fight is going to present. It's almost going to be an accomplishment if I lose this. Honestly, I think it would be an accomplishment if I lost this. So let's just go right into Punisher and triple slash. Their physical attacks will still hurt you, but they have a lot of attacks they do that are, yeah, see right there. Took us all the way back to full health. Thanks, guy. And just keep hitting them with that heavy Punisher combos. The really awesome thing about when you have Elemental equipped is you don't have to even worry about getting stun locked by the ability. Like, half the thing that would annoy me with these fire attacks they did the first time when I played through it on normal was the fact that they stun locked you so badly. Like, you couldn't do anything. You would get stuck sometimes and then you'd just be screwed. But nope, if you have Elemental equipped and it doesn't do damage, it apparently doesn't stun lock you either, which is handy. And now he is staggered. And hopefully Infinity's in. Go, 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 go. Nice. And that was the manuscript I actually needed, because I had done this one on normal, not on my hard playthrough. So now I have literally every single manuscript. What's up, guys? Here we are down in the sewers underneath Wall Market. Cloud is up, our two lovely lady friends are down. Let's go ahead and go into the menu and see what we've got going on, because there's a boss fight coming up, literally like right now. So, Cloud is equipped with Twin Stinger, Chain Bangle, and Star Pendant. His materia is set as Elemental junctioned with Fire, Time, Steadfast Block, HP up, First Strike, Skill Master, Barrier, Healing, junctioned with Magnify. He is going back into his hybrid tank healer role that we had for him during the Hell House fight. And he's bringing along a Star Pendant because this boss likes to poison you, and that's really the bulk of his damage. So as long as you, he does have some pretty strong physical attacks, but with Steadfast Block and Barrier, you can kind of get around those. But the poison can be annoying, and as you see, I've given Star Pendants to everyone for that reason. But yep, that's Cloud setup. For Tifa, we have Purple Pain, Cog Bangle, Star Pendant, and then Fire adjacent to Elemental, Steadfast Block, Skill Master, Luck up, HP up, Refocus, and Time. Again, just beat things and get criticals, and then Fire because the boss is weak to that. And that's pretty simple. And then for Aerith, we have the Mithril Rod, the Force Bracelet, and Star Pendant. She is rocking Time, First Strike, Steadfast Block, HP up, ATB Stagger, ATB Boost, Magic up, MP Absorption, and Fire adjacent to it. I am sorry I can't talk right now. I don't know what's going on. But, yeah, this just powerful spells. She's got that 488. You could actually get her all up to 500 if I had a circlet, but I'd rather have the Star Pendant. Yeah, she's a lean, mean casting machine, and she's going to be doing the bulk of our damage while Cloud heals and just consistently keeps the Abzu, which is what this boss is named, I'm sure you guys remember, busy. So let's go ahead and the big decision now. I know this might not be the popular choice among some viewers, and I'm sorry, and I respect the way you feel, but no woman in all of Final Fantasy tops Tifa for me. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I just hope you understand. So that was my decision. That's it. Walkthrough's over. You guys can go now. I'm just kidding. That's the end of the game, guys. We had to make that decision. Okay, so as soon as this fight starts, go ahead and cast haste on Cloud, and then go in and have Aerith cast haste on herself. And there goes that. Tifa has Omnistrike, it looks like, so we're going to go ahead and get something off on that. Get Aerith out of there, because let's build up that bar to get... Okay, here it comes. Now, thankfully, yep, good old Star Pendant. That's one of those attacks that does a lot of poison damage. So let's get over to Cloud and have him go ahead and cast regen on everybody. Then let's get to Aerith and get her away from melee range, which she loves to be in for some reason. Go ahead and drop an arcane ward underneath her. And I'm pretty sure this is a pounce. Yeah, this is a pounce. Dagnabbit. Sometimes you'll dodge it, sometimes you won't. It's really not the end of the world if you get hit by it. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and have Cloud barrier himself. As you see, he really doesn't do that much damage, as long as he's hitting the people who are built to be tough. You don't really want him wailing on Aerith or anything like that. You want Aerith to just nuke his face off. Nice job, Tifa. Go ahead and do that. And then we will have Aerith drop a Fyra on him. And we will have Cloud focus strike. Okay, his health's capped off. I don't like that. I wish you could just do as much damage as you do, you know what I mean? It's like you earned it. Okay, so this is just like Hell House. You can interrupt his special attack, and you really want to, because this thing hurts. I'm hoping fire is strong enough. I think it is. Yep, it is. Sweet. Now let's go ahead. Get Cloud and... oh no, wrong thing. Get Cloud to focus thrust him. Get Tifa to Star Shower. And then get Aerith to back the fuck up. And do another Fyra on him. And focus strike. And I guess we'll do another focus thrust. Just keep building that stagger bar. And all those nice ATB battery powers are working in synergy to just keep giving us more and more ATB every time we spam the same move over and over again. Okay. I don't think he can be targeted right now. Okay, he's going up there. Now switch to Aerith. Oh no, never mind. Switch away. No, you leave her alone. Ugh. That's on me, but that's okay. We can heal. We were due for having to heal once at least. Anyway, go ahead and do an unmagnified cure. I know it might seem like sometimes I don't heal as much as I should. Like, I should just go say fuck it and throw like a Curaga out there. But the thing is, you really don't want to over respond as far as MP goes, because you're gonna need it. And this is a chapter where you really need it, because the normal enemies are kind of a pain, and it's nice to just be able to kill them very quickly. So let's go ahead and get that going. And alright, that hurts, but it's not the end of the world. Let's get to Aerith. So I think he's going to jump up for, yep, he's jumping up for his special again. So we'll go ahead and fire Raga this time, because do it again. Alright, so he is staggered. Poor Aerith. Let's go ahead and get Cloud on the job here. Cura should heal her all the way. And now we're going to go with Tifa with True Strike. And then we'll do another True Strike. That gets you to 220. And then we will have Cloud. Let's just switch to him and manually attack. Okay. And Blade Burst. Followed up by Focus Thrust. Oh, so close. Got him. I was hoping to finish him off while he was on the ground. That wasn't too bad. I let Aerith get a little more hurt than I would have liked, but overall, we beat the boss. It's not a hard boss, so you won't have too much trouble with it. Like I said, after Hell House, they're pretty nice. Following that, the next few after Hell House aren't that bad. Alright guys, so here we are in the sewers after the Abzu fight. The enemies in this area can be a little annoying. You want to watch out for them, especially the Sanguine Princes, or however you pronounce it. The like lizard turtle things with spears that can cast Toad on you. First off, let's go into our equipment. I did change the materia, but let's go ahead and change everyone's accessories back too. Because, yeah, we don't need all-star pendants across the board anymore. For Cloud, I guess the supernatural wrist guards work. For Aerith, let's go ahead, get the champion belt. Probably should have put that on Cloud, actually. Because having a good bit of health is important. And then for Aerith, we'll do the circlet. So the enemies around here can be particularly dangerous. You really want to end fights as soon as possible. You don't want them to get a chance to start doing all kinds of attacks. They have the Sanguines have an attack that turns you into a toad. They have an attack that they jump up in the air and land on you with their spear, and it does a shit ton of damage, and we don't want that. So basically the premise here is Aerith is going to blow up as many as possible as soon as the fight starts. And hopefully we won't have to deal with too many of them. Okay, actually I should get rid of Boost, because she is. This area is kind of generous as far as mana goes. Like if I remember correctly, there was a lot of barrels. Barrels? Why do I keep calling them fucking barrels? A lot of crates down here. So perhaps we will have some luck. But let's see. So, oh yeah, I should tell you my materia. So Cloud is still a Twin Stinger, but Chain Bangle Champion Belt. He's got Elemental Junction to Fire, Time, Steadfast Block, First Strike, Skill Master, Barrier, Revival, and Prayer. And then Tifa has Purple Pain, Cog Bangle Champion Belt, Fire, adjacent to Elemental, Steadfast Block, Skill Master, Luck Up, HP Up, Chakra, and Time. And lastly, but not leastly, Aerith has Time, First Strike, MP Up, HP Up, ATB Stagger, MP Up, Magic, Magnify, and Fire. And let me get those two MP ups next to each other because it bugs me when they're not set up that way. Okay. So yeah, this is basically, we're going to try and just kill things as soon as they pop up. Pretty much everything down here is weak against fire. So as long as you use Aerith's First Strike to just throw a Fyra, you don't need to do a Fire Auga, you can just do a Fyra. It'll take out most enemies. So yeah, these guys, these are the ones that we want to be careful about. So let's go ahead into Aerith and just cast. They don't take much damage from melee, but they are very weak against fire. And there goes that one. And that's pretty much how you want to treat every mob in here. Just dogpile them and beat the dog shit out of them as soon as the fight starts. And then you won't have to worry about any dumb shit happening. Because the longer you leave those guys alive, the more likely you'll have some dumb shit happen. But yeah, the enemies down here are not fun. There's the pufferfish things that make you fall asleep. I hate those. There's were-rats, which aren't really anything to worry about. But yeah, it's mainly the... Oh, they're dead already. Mainly the Sangan, honestly. The other, if it was just the other enemies, it'd be fine, but the Sangan make it mildly annoying. Go ahead and triple slash, and then have Aerith just fire these fools. And there goes the crab. Okay. Where are we at? Okay, so after you get to where you turn the power back on, you get jumped by these crabs. Sorry I'm starting this in the middle of the fight, but they kind of got the drop on me. But that's fine, because they're not me. Let's go ahead and switch to Aerith. One of the few times we actually are okay with Aerith getting close is when she does this. Sorcerer's Storm is really good. It's like a, hey, get the hell away from me move that is actually really effective. If you have a element that the enemy you are hitting is weak against, attached to your weapon with the elemental materia, and you do a Sorcerer's Storm on it, it can do a lot of damage. Alright guys, here we are now. Skipped ahead a little ways, but you'll eventually... I did skip past some fights, but they're all easy stuff. It's just some crabs and some were-rats. It's nothing big. So you'll eventually get here where Aerith and Tifa go do the pump thing, and you'll be leaving. And this is where this is where things can get a little hairy. So as far as gear, Cloud is rocking Twin Stinger, Chain Bangle, Champion Belt, Elemental, Junction 2 Fire, Time, Steadfast Block, HP Up, First Strike, Skill Master, Barrier, Revival, and Prayer. Tifa has Purple Pain, Cog Bangle, Champion Belt, with Fire, Junctions 2 Elemental, Steadfast Block, Skill Master, Luck Up, HP Up, Chakra, and Time. And lastly, Aerith has Mithril Rod, Force Bracelet, Circlet, Time, First Strike, MP Up, HP Up, ATB Stagger, Magic Up, Magnify, and Fire. Again, just crowd nuking. We are trying to make sure that as soon as the Sangin pop up, Aerith blows them up with fire. Because we're going to have a few mobs of them coming up now, and they can kill you if they're left around for too long. So go ahead, and here is one of those mobs now. So go right to Aerith and Fire-Aga. See, there's that jump attack. That is what you see, how much damage that did to Cloud. I'm telling you, those guys are grown-ass men. Like, you do not want to fuck with them. Just kill them off as soon as possible. Should I heal? Yeah, I probably should heal. Let's go ahead. Yeah, those guys are no joke. When I was coming through here on hard mode last time, they fucked me up. I got party wiped by them like 3 times in a row, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Nope, you don't even give them a chance. Because then they'll start doing that jump shit and they'll never stop. They'll just go over and over and over again. Jump, 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 jump. And they will they will occasionally stop to try and toad your party. The toad's actually pretty easy to avoid though. So go right to Aerith and have her Fire-Aga. Yes, Fire-Aga. This is the end of the level, so go ahead and smoke them if you got them. Saw the blue goo, those bubbles the blue goo was shooting will make you fall asleep. You may or may not have noticed it happened to Aerith. There was a lot of stuff going on at that moment, but Aerith did fall asleep for a little bit. So that's one thing you want to be wary of. Alright, here comes 3 Sangin. And go to Aerith, Fire-Aga. Wait 1 second. Okay, just waited for him to land. I didn't want her to shoot it off into the roof or anything crazy. And again, go to Aerith and Fire-Aga. Trust me, do not let these guys stay alive. Another enemy that is a prime example of our don't let them stick around long enough to do something stupid rule. Because those guys have plenty of stupid things they can do. So this is the end of the level. Oh, that's the sewers. And that is chapter 10. And that is also the end of this video. So we will see you guys for the next one, which should be, I think I can get 11, 12, and 13 all done in one video. But it'll at least be 11 and 12. And we'll see how things go with 13.